some of the best stories ever told bend time itself. Here are 10 must-watch time travel movies and TV shows that will blow your mind. A few weeks ago, I asked on Threads to fellow sci-fi enthusiasts which are the best time travel movies or TV shows. I will share with you their responses as well, but let me give you my top 10 list. Number 1. Predestination. This is an Australian sci-fi thriller released in 2014 based on the 1959 short story All You Zombies. A temporal agent is sent back in time to stop a deadly bomb attack in New York in 1975. The mission proves to be more complex than expected, as the criminal remains impossible to catch. As he chases the suspect, unexpected twists change everything he knows about his past and future. This is truly mind-bending. It's unique and clever. It plays with paradoxes and twists that will keep you engaged. And for that, it reminds me of Memento, even though the theme is completely different. But it reminds me of Memento for its ability to keep me on the edge and also wanting to rewatch it just in case I missed any details. Normally my lists are in no particular order, but in this case I would say that Predestination is my top recommendation for time travel. What's yours? Let me know in the comments. Number 2. Time After Time. This is a sci-fi movie from 1979 based on the premise from a novel that wasn't finished back then, named Time After Time. H.G. Wells builds a time machine, but Jack the Ripper steals it to escape to 1979. Wells follows him to stop his killing spree and gets help from a bank teller named Amy. As they track Jack, Wells falls for Amy, but she struggles to believe his story. This is a sci-fi classic I accidentally found on Prime Video, and I was shocked that I had never watched it before, which is basically why I decided to make this video. I was wondering if I had missed any other classics or more contemporary releases. The actor who plays H.G. Wells here, Malcolm McDowell, looks so much better in this delicate young gentleman role. I think the glasses and the attire in general suit him, because I often find him as an actor quite disturbing. I don't know if it's because of the roles or how he looks. But here, maybe it's also because he's young, I don't know. But I think he was well suited for the role. And H.G. Wells was definitely romanticized as a figure in this movie. But I enjoyed this portrayal, and the movie is not heavy on the science at all. It's almost a romance drama, and it has some flaws. See, for example, the special effects, but you do forget about them, since the movie is simply lovely to watch. And I like the main actress too. Number 3. Primer. This is an independent sci-fi drama from 2004. 4 friends working on error-checking technology stumble upon a groundbreaking invention. When Aaron and Abe create a device they believe is a time machine, they secretly test it. As they push its limits, they face unexpected and dangerous consequences. This is quite the opposite compared to the previous recommendation, because it's heavier on the mathematics, the engineering, and the science behind building a time machine, but it's also a complex type of time travel, so much so that there are some videos on YouTube that explain how the whole plot developed, because it may be a bit too difficult to follow, at least as you first watch it. It's low budget, as I said, it's independent, and that's perhaps why you might have missed it. But it's certainly one of those that true sci-fi enthusiasts who love time travel must have heard about at least once. Number 4. Time Trap. This is a sci-fi adventure from 2014. A professor disappears in a remote Texas area, leading his students to search for him in a mysterious cave. Once inside, they realize time moves differently underground. As strange and dangerous events unfold, they struggle to escape. This is another low-budget movie, and we follow a group of teenagers and even a couple of children, if I remember correctly, which affects the plot or even the execution, as you can imagine. But the idea is cool, and that's why I'm recommending it. And I can also forgive the cringy and quirky execution. But maybe if you go into it knowing that it's not the best movie out there, you might appreciate it even more. Number 5, Looper. This is a sci-fi action thriller from 2012. In the future, the mob uses time travel to send targets into the past, where hired guns called loopers kill them. Joe is a looper who follows orders until he is sent to kill his future self. As he hesitates, both versions of Joe fight to change their fate. This is brilliant, at times even brutal, and if you love practical effects, this is a good one. And I would say that we need more Joseph Gordon-Levitt in general, in any kind of movie or TV show, even though you don't really see his face in this movie. And so that's probably the only weird thing. Even though they did a great job with his makeup, it was a bit weird at first. Number 6, Time Lapse. This is an independent sci-fi thriller from 2014. 3 friends find a machine that takes pictures showing the next day's events. They use it for personal gain, but soon see disturbing and dangerous images. As the photos grow darker, they realize the machine's predictions may be impossible to escape. I haven't chosen exclusively movies in which people actually travel through time, because there are many different types of time travel, or that can be considered time travel, and I will link down below a video in which you can see all possible types of time travel. But in this movie, the reality of these 3 main characters changes because they know about the future, or at least they can see these photographs from the following day. And that influences their lives, of course. The entire premise of this movie is, what would you do if you had the chance to see a snippet of your future and only one day ahead? How would that affect your decisions? I found this movie interesting because it didn't go where I was expecting it to go, and in that sense I was happy because I was surprised. And despite being low budget, I think they did well in terms of execution. Number 7, Interstellar. This is an epic sci-fi drama from 2014. In a future where Earth is dying from crop blight and dust storms, ex-NASA pilot Joseph Cooper is chosen to lead a team through a wormhole to find a new planet for humanity. With the guidance of Professor Brand, they must explore 3 distant planets to determine which could support life. Time is running out as Cooper struggles with the emotional cost of leaving his family behind. This might be the most well-known on this list, and I was tempted to leave it behind, but it has a memorable soundtrack, stunning visuals, and a bit of a slow pace. It's also set in a dystopian future, so if you're missing dystopian stories, this is one. And I remember when it came out, it was mind-blowing, both in terms of the experience you would get in movie theaters and for the concepts that we explored in the movie. Again, we are not talking about time travel in the most canonical way, but we have to do here with time dilation and the consequences of traveling forward in time. Number 8, Dark. This is a German sci-fi mystery released between 2017 and 2020, and it's the first TV show I'm recommending you. In a small German town, the disappearance of a boy triggers a series of events that expose long-buried secrets. As 4 interconnected families unravel the truth, they uncover a dark past that has shaped their lives for generations. I hope you have watched it already, because, I mean, come on. But this is such a satisfying series because it was planned, all 3 seasons were planned from the get-go. And so you can find all the possible details scattered around and meticulously arranged so that the story will make sense in the end. And in a way, this mirrors what happens in Predestination. So if Predestination was a TV show instead, it could possibly resemble Dark. It includes some disturbing elements and even religious themes, but it's definitely one of the best TV shows ever made. Now, let me give you one honorable mention, which I would not recommend because I did not enjoy it as much, which was probably the #1 recommendation that I received through Threads, and it's 12 Monkeys. I watched it exclusively for this video because for some reason I had missed it when I was a kid or something, so when it was on TV. But the reason why I didn't enjoy it is first because I find that most scenes shot in psychiatric hospitals to be disturbing, even though I praise Brad Pitt in this case for his performance. But basically I've been traumatized when I was very young by One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I used to study mental illnesses, and I was exposed to these topics and disturbing scenes when I was probably not ready for them. And that's why probably I'm sensitive to scenes that take place in a psychiatric hospital. But the second thing that disturbed me were all the dirty and dark scenes, because the entire world in 12 Monkeys is gruesome and uninviting. And I know it's meant to be, but I do not enjoy watching something like this, even though the time travel aspect is interesting. Fair enough, and that's why I mention it. And now let me share with you all the recommendations that I received through Threads, thanks to those who gave them, and I will put them up here. And these will include themes like branch realities, time loop, time dilation, as I said, seeing the future. And there are also some TV shows that you can watch with these themes. Now, you should stop watching this video here if you don't want to hear any mild spoiler about the next two recommendations. The point is that these two have time travel, but it's not revealed from the get-go. And that's why if you type time travel on Google, you might end up seeing these titles, but you risk not to find them. So if you are looking for more time travel and these two are not listed, you will never find them. So this is why I wasn't sure whether to include them or not. But if, just like me, you are looking for time travel movies or shows which are hidden somewhere and you don't mind having these mild spoiler, then stay. Otherwise, thank you so much. Please share your list of top time travel movies or TV shows. I need to hear your opinions as well. And for the brave souls, stay. Number 9, Caddo Lake. This is a mystery thriller from 2024. After an 8-year-old girl vanishes from Caddo Lake, a troubled young man and a rebellious girl become entangled in the mystery. As they uncover links to past disappearances and deaths, the dark history of the lake begins to affect their broken families. Their paths cross as they search for answers, revealing secrets tied to the lake's eerie past. This made it to my top movies of 2024, and it's a hidden gem. Nobody knows about this movie, again probably because nobody knows that it's actually about time travel, and it's the time travel movie I was hoping to see when I watched Things Will Be Different, which was disappointing. I made a whole video about it, and this is why it's not on this list. But I think even if it's a slow burn, you might enjoy Caddo Lake. Number 10, Shining Girls. This is a mystery sci-fi thriller from 2022 based on the 2013 novel The Shining Girls. Years after surviving a brutal attack, Kirby discovers a murder connected to her past. Teaming up with a veteran reporter, she searches for answers while struggling with her shifting reality. As she uncovers the truth, she faces a killer who defies time. Elizabeth Moss is starring here and she is brilliant. I had never heard of this show before checking out Apple TV Plus and just randomly finding things to watch. And this is intriguing, disturbing, mind-boggling, and it will keep you hooked till the last frame. This includes investigative journalism and time travel, but it's not clear from the get-go, and this is why I gave you the spoiler warning. Now that you know about my top 10 time travel movies and TV shows, check out my best movies and TV shows of 2024. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.